This is a Toyota GR86 and this has a dash cam. And not just any dash cam, this has got the Thinkware U3000 flagship model. U3000. U3000 in orchestra mode here. This is the top of the range U3000. Welcome back, John Kleis Car Audio. GR86. I'm going to show you the outside of the dash cam installation first. We have the front camera mounted extremely subtle right at the very top to the left hand side of the rear view mirror. We've actually mounted the dot matrix at the top. The reason we do this is purely so we can hide most of the body, so you don't see a lot of the body from outside the car. Nice position from the inside as well, but we'll show you that. How we've done it is the lens just about clears in front of the rear view mirror mounts, meaning you get a great view from in front of you because it's basically central, but at the same time the body's quite nicely subtly hidden from the dot matrix. The rear camera goes at the very top of the rear window, so we can hide the camera cable nice and neatly behind the roof lining. Rear camera you can just about see here. This glass isn't actually tinted very much, so you can see the camera physically, but even if it was tinted, it doesn't matter because these cameras can see through tinted windows. The only thing we do recommend on vehicles like this one, because this is like a coupe, same as my own 4 Series, because it hasn't got a rear wiper, when it rains, the rear dash cam's not going to get the best view in the world unless you apply some kind of hydrophobic substance like Rain-X, just so when you drive in at speeds, the water runs off and beads off. So if you've got a rear dash cam and you haven't got a rear wiper, get yourself a coating on the rear window. If we go inside the vehicle, I will show you what the dash cam physically looks like from your side. So from the driver's side seat, you'll see the rear view mirror covers a lot of the body, but it does give you access to view the status LEDs at the top. That's quite useful to know that when you turn the car on, you know it's working. It's currently flashing red with the car off because it's actually in parking mode. So by me moving inside the vehicle, it's actually enabled the impact sensor on the actual dash cam. It started recording because it thinks it's an impact's happened. That's why it's flashing red now. But these indicator lights are nice and easy to read when you're driving. There are a few buttons behind the mirror as well you can actually gain access to as well if you want to use them, like turning off voice recording off the dash cam if you didn't want your voice recorded. Manual record button, which when you press that, it actually records 10 seconds before you press the button, 10 seconds after you press the button, and saves it in a different folder. Because how this camera works is as you're driving, at the end of every, say, 2 to 3 hour time slot roughly, depending on the size of the SD card, the camera would actually just overwrite itself. So if there's nothing important, it just overwrites it. When you push a manual button, it saves that 20-second clip in something that doesn't get overwritten quite so often. This camera sports 4K resolution out the front and 2K resolution out the rear. It's got radar technology front and rear. Radar technology is similar to what adaptive cruise control works like, and why it's got radar in is purely for parking mode. This camera goes to complete sleep when the ignition's turned off. Pretty much draws little to no current draw, meaning no issues with your factory electrics on your car, but it still gives you a parking mode recording time as well when you parked up, because you don't want to have motion detection on if you can help it. On modern cars that causes issues. This has the new Sony Starvis 2 lens, so it means it's got really good resolution at night time. It's got night vision free, they call it, which is their own night vision mode, but it just means that at night time it's very good without headlights on. Extremely good for when you're parked up. And yeah, it just looks nice. You can slide it off the mount if you want to take it off for whatever reason. For example, like that. This is the view from the passenger side. 2 cables going into it. We've obviously nice and neatly hidden the cables behind the roof lining like such. 1 camera cable for the rear camera and 1's the power lead. So yeah, it's a nice tidy installation, and this customer now has got protection out the front and rear. People, they do question sometimes, why do you have a rear camera? You know, if they're going to go into the back, if it's typically their fault. Yes and no, that is kind of true, but sometimes it's just handy to have a whole story. If someone hits you on your rear quarter because they've done some dodgy lane change around a roundabout, you're not going to catch that on the front camera, you're just going to feel it hit. So having the rear camera just tells the whole story and really keeps it black and white on fault finding. On fault blaming. They can say that you braked hard, they can say you weren't stopped. It just gives you that 100% proof of what's happened behind you or the rear quarter. That's about it. This is a front and rear dash cam in a GR86 Toyota, not Subaru, and it's the best camera you can buy as of September 2024. I'm finishing the video now. From Simon, who installed it, Connor in front of the camera, and as always my cameraman Max behind. We wish you a good day. See you later.